So today we're going to do a video on how to take off with a paramotor, because it's like I'm telling my other student. I'm not telling Jared. What can I use to help? Okay, so takeoffs are way more challenging than landing. You're doing so much. You're running forward, you're balancing the glider, you're using the throttle, you're trying to remember to not lift up your feet. So I promise you, if you do these things, these aren't like little bullshit thingies, these are like what you actually need to do in order to take off. So I'm prepared. As soon as you get out to a field, you need to check the wind direction. So like right now, I kind of feel it off of this shoulder going that way. So I know that I want to go downwind, set myself up into the wind every time. Just start with the perfect headwind, give yourself as much field as you can. But step number 2 when it comes to the inflation is you have to be assertive. I've seen way too many people get out to a field, and not you, Jared, but like other people, loud fire. You need to be like, I like to tell people, you need to be like a diesel engine, not like a little Volkswagen, gas-powered motor. No, you need to be strong and basically have a lot of torque in your legs so that when you go, sorry, don't mean to like run out of frame like that, you have this energy that's going to pull the glider up. So the inflation, it has to be an assertive inflation. And this is the wind direction right here. Draw a line and run this freaking line. Don't deviate and go kind of off course. If it doesn't come up even, then you have the glider that's going to be off level. So number 3 is you need to ensure that the glider is in fact level. The way that I like to tell my students, if you have a 2x4 on your head, right, and it starts to tip this way, why the frick do so many paramotor people run this way, right? Like if you're balancing a stick on your head and it starts to fall to a low side, you're gonna move yourself under that, right? Am I getting too crazy? So initially, as you have the A's, if the glider kind of goes off to one side or the other, you have to physically move your body while still maintaining that forward direction, because if you give up on that, the glider is gonna fall back down. So you have to maintain forward direction, move your body left or right slightly to help the glider come back up. And if you did it assertively, then you can release the A's. As soon as it has enough energy to get to the top, just take the brakes and also assist. It's falling to the right, a little left brake while you move right. Got it? Cool. 4. Boot camp for paramotor. Now you're running straight. Some people have a tendency as they're running to, now the glider comes back up, but they're still moving to one side. You can't roll onto power if you're like moving to one side because you're oblivious of what obstructions may be in front of you. So the correct thing to do is add speed. If you add speed down your intended path, the glider is going to respond to you better. Kind of like in an airplane, a slower airplane is more sluggish in the controls. You can feel it on the verge. They say mushy. As soon as you know that the glider is level and you're running straight, do not delay. Get onto power. Get onto power without delay. Too many people are like, or they're just like, it's good. Smoothly apply power over the course of 3 to 4 seconds. Because if you take longer than 3 to 4 seconds, you are not only eating up your runway, but you are gassing yourself so that everything else that is about to follow, you're going to be too tired. Like you're going to want to pick up your legs sooner. So if you struggle with this, if you struggle on getting on the power like quickly, assertively, what you need to do is spend some time with the motor just on your back, walking around the field. Posture. See how I linked those there? The way that the thrust is pushing at you is at your upper back. And so that kind of like pushes you forward. As you're rolling on the power, meet that power with correct posture, leaning back into it. If you're being thrust into the ground, now the glider has to lift even more. Getting a really nice lean back, one, it helps actually generate a little bit of that upward lift to prepare you for takeoff. Damn it, what's the second thing?
It doesn't let you fall forward.
It doesn't let you fall forward. Oh, if you're leaning back, your legs are no longer like feeling like they're gonna collapse underneath you as you're bearing the weight. Instead, you're gonna be like this and kind of like just transition from running with all the weight to now it's starting to lift you, and now you're just allowing the glider to build speed. So between power and posture, there has to be a buildup of, that's a plus sign.
Okay.
Of airspeed. Once you have this guy right here, then pressure. Now, one of my bestest friends in the whole world, this is where he likes to overdo pressure just a little bit. Once you have the airspeed and not before, a little bit of a pop into that pressure, a nice boom, and then just continuing with it, that's going to get you off the ground for a nice smooth takeoff. Guaranteed, or your money back.
No, not really.
No, I like to think of these as green lights. Imagine these are little like street lights where there's only green and red. At any point, they can go from green to red. Everything, all the lights need to be in the green, and at any point, you can lose that green. Glider comes up overhead, it's level, so that's in the green. You've got that going for you. Green light, you can proceed to the next step. Boom, you roll onto power, but all of a sudden, you kind of like let off of power. It was in the green, but then it's out of the green. That needs to get back into the green before you can proceed to the next step. Demonstration time. Got all the cells. Oh, outfit change. Yeah, this wasn't the same day. Hope you enjoyed it. Here he comes again. I just ate shit so hard on the one wheel. Oh God. Damn, I protected this camera and just absolutely ate shit on my shoulder. Oh God.